trades today. We're in one currently, and the first one I lost. The second one's break even, and coming back from the 2nd and the 3rd of September, 9 mistakes, putting us in a very big drawdown. Coming into September, I went over that in my last video. So if you want to know what trades I took, then do watch that. But right now, I didn't take anything yesterday, so that's why the fourth isn't on here. Um, didn't see anything, but as of right now, we are negative 0.87, and I did change the date filters just to project anything past the 3rd. Since I didn't take anything the 4th, I didn't put the 4th, I only put the 5th. So I want to just refresh and then just really just follow my plan and stick to, because I don't want to see that negative 10% that we're trying to get out of, right? But that's our focus for the next 3 weeks. We need to get out of this 10% drawdown. That is the main goal. And that we can only do that by following our plan. So it helps me just to have just a clear frame of mind, I guess peace of mind as well. Yeah. So let's go over the charts and let's go see what happened today and what price is doing at the moment. So at the moment, I think this is the last form of a supply. Any sells that are going to sell are going to sell off here. If not, it's just going to rip up. That's my bias coming into today. As you can see, I took 3 trades, 1, 2, and then this one that I'm in currently. So 1, 2, 3 sells. Yeah. So I'm going to take this off, and then I'm going to show you what exactly am I looking at. So we see that it reacted. It not only took sell side liquidity, went back to this 700 level. It's coming off of the reaction, giving us a little impulsive move. We do get an order flow switch here, which is what we want to see if we are trying to look to take longs. We don't have a daily order flow switch yet, but we do have it off the daily, so or up here. So we do want to see a price come up here if it is going to turn bullish. I do expect it to come in here, but as of right now, I think it's just reacting based off this institutional level. It could just come and sweep. I just do think it's still momentarily bearish. It could come down to sweep these lows. Now, targeting this low is a bit optimistic, I will say. It's not probable, but it's more probable to probably target something more like this right here, which is the most probable in terms of, okay, it'll very likely reach there, right? Considering there's lows here, but more so this low as well. And then if we go jump down to, like, let's say the hourly here, we can see that this was the last low that was formed, or these two you can say. But after the break here, this low substructure high, you can say this was the last low right here. So targeting this is totally fine. It's totally reasonable. I do think there's liquidity resting from this low to this low, and then also connecting this low to this low here. There's definitely internal range liquidity there, and that we can target. Then they're viable targets. So we can see what price is going to do. Again, we get that bullish order flow switch, and it just kind of tapped and went. So we didn't really get an entry to go long, but we missed that entry, and that's okay. I wanted to see a deeper pullback into the demand zone, which we didn't get, surprisingly. So I was like, okay, it's fine if it just taps and goes. We missed the trade, whatever, right? So targeting this low as well, and then this one. Any of these is fine. I will probably target the second one if it does come get here. If this plays out the way I like it to. Right now it's just reacting to this fair value gap that's in here, but we also have a supply, and it's just printing lower lows and lower highs. So we'll see what happens, right? But for sure, this is the last resort. I do not see, and I got the entry late as well. My entry should have been at this level right here. Stops like around here, about a 4-pip stop. So I should be at 1.25 right now. But yeah, I got entered late, and that's totally fine. I'm not gonna double down, and if it does go a little bit higher, I'm not gonna double down. I mean, I entered late. It was my fault. Didn't execute accordingly, but it's still the same idea, and I think the stop is fine. I do think the stop is fine. So I'm just gonna let it play out, see what if it can get to the second target, that'd be beautiful. But if it can get to the first one, then I'll move it to break even. Well, it depends. But yeah, that's it for this one. The open position that I'm in right now, we'll see. But as for these two, which are the ones that I lost, the first one that I lost was this one. This one I entered here. Yeah, I entered here just because it reacted pretty quickly. So it went to I didn't have my alert. I had my alert, but then I don't know. It reacted too quick, and then I got in here. Um, because once it tapped, it kind of went down, and I was like, oh, I don't want to miss it. So then I just entered, and I should have just had a limit. Like it's very preventable. But yeah, there's that. And it was very precise. I mean, my refined zone, and it did hit the 50% as well. 50% of the supply zone, which is right here. It barely tapped it, but it did get close to it. Let's see. I had it here, and then at this low, wick low, it got really close to it. I like barely ticked it. But point is, and that's not why I'm gonna enter, but it's just I like it to be closer to the discount level. This being the best entry that I could have gotten would be the top of the POI, the refined POI, which you would have actually got tagged in, and then you could have easily made. The funny thing is that you wouldn't actually have made anything because let's say you had a 4.5 pip stop. I wouldn't have made anything either way, even if I did take the best entry because it didn't even get to the low that I was anticipating for it to get to, and that's totally okay. Which is weird too. Usually it does that and then it comes back up, and I was like, damn. Well, that was for the second position because the first one I did lose it. It kind of just reacted off of that OB, refined OB, and then it went deeper, right? And then I lost it. So boom, that we'll just count that as an L right here. And then that's when I entered this one, which would have been the best entry that I could have gotten in the first place. Very close to it, and then it just comes down here. I watched it go 2.91R down in profit, and I was targeting actually this low, and it didn't even get there. So that's totally okay. Um, we're gonna see, and then it comes back up midday, and I look at the charts, and I'm just like, damn, it's really not. This is not good. I do not like to see this. I want to see it just kind of rip through at least the first low, and it didn't even do that. After this, just hovering above this low, I was like, and then coming up here, I was like, dude, this is not gonna play out. So I just it was up here when I was checking, and I had an alert, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna move, just gonna manage it well. I'm gonna hit break even on this one. If it hits, I do still consider this the last resort of supply overall, like on a bigger time frame. I just the price just didn't play out this day, and it could very well play out New York or London session tonight or New York session in the morning, where it can just sell off. Um, and it's delaying the move obviously by a day, but the bias is still selling as long as it doesn't pass this high up here. So or this overall supply. Um, yeah, but I'm not liking how it reacts. It just tapped and went, started printing bullish price action after it just tapping into the demand zone that I had here, and then also knowing that the higher time frame it's bullish, but lower time frame it's momentary bearish. But overall, swing structure is definitely bullish. So this is just a very quick trying to scalp kind of the sell idea, knowing that it's a counter trend to the higher time frame swing structure. Um, yeah, so this one was unfortunate, but we got break even around there somewhere. Let's see. Oh yeah, around here. Just got break even, so we didn't lose anything, which is fine. That's good on that one. And then I got into my third one, which is the one that I'm in right now. And again, got in late. A last resort though. But the reason why I entered this, or the reason for entering this, is that we're still in the supply area, and this is the last resort for it to go down, right? Um, I don't like that it already reacted to the supply one time and then two times, and then we're kind of playing off that third time, which isn't it does not help the case at all. But we're gonna try it. I still think that this is the last resort for it to go selling. Again, you can clearly see a high being taken out, and then taking out the substructure low here. This technically is the low that we want to see gone. This is why I'm going to target, actually, now that I think about it, I'm actually going to target this low. I'm just going to target this low because it can very well do this. It can come down here, wicked, and then New York session, it can probably, or London session, depending how fast it's going to play out. I haven't checked news yet, but and then it can come back up to then um, up to like either an unmitigated OB or just liquidate a high to then keep going lower and print a bearish structure to go take one of these lows over here and maybe potentially down here if that is what it wants to do. But very key level 6,700 or 6,700. level that it's reacting to here. Not sure if it's just a reaction to not sure if it's this overall reaction here is to keep a printing bullish structure, or just a reaction to create a little bit of a correction and then continue going lower, because we do come from an impulse and then correction and then possibly another impulse as well. So it wouldn't be too rash to consider targeting this low, or probably this one, to take it to the downside, right? And it's but as for this trade right here, it's not a confirmed entry, not too much of a confirmed entry. We're playing off the initial reaction, off the last resort of what I consider supply. But once it breaks this low, then it gives us the confirmation, and this one even better, and this one even better. So, but mostly just this one's enough for me. If it breaks and then just comes back up as a correction, and then takes a high or taps into some unmitigated OB, to then even go lower, that would be very nice. So for this one, actually, I'm just going to be conservative with it. I'm going to TP right here. And if it just does just sell off, that's totally fine too. I'm going to stick to what I am seeing here, and stick to my plan, and stick to my instinct. Um, yeah. So, and as long as I manage it correctly, I'm okay. So I'm happy with the trades that I took today. Not the first one so much, could have been better. It was just a bit sloppy of an entry. This one too, but yeah, two of them sloppy entries, right? And then the second one was probably just the best one. And if I kept my stop, I would have probably still been in it. But I'm glad how I managed it. I did want to see it at least take the low, and it didn't. So for that reason, that was good enough for me to say, okay, this is not what I want to see. So that's what happened with the second one. So I'm okay with how overall, but for sure it's sloppy right now. Um, it's sloppy. I think we can refine it a bit better, and have a better um, entry. I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna backtest a bit more, see how I can clean this system up. It's a working system. It's just my entries, if they're sloppy, it can mess with the R a lot. And I mean, a little goes a long way. So what I want to do is really refine the entry now. Now that I'm not confused on how to read bias anymore. Now I just need to fix my sloppy entries, and I'll be good. So I'm gonna do that. We're gonna see how this trade plays out, and um, probably see you guys tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it plays out. So MK is out.